see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was down and out like last week. Tell me where have you been?
Oh, sorry.
All right, y'all. So welcome back to another episode of Refined and Ratchet. You have Charlie and Nisha, joined by today Miss Nikki Payne. And today we're going to be talking about her book, The Princess and the PI. But you know how we do, guys. We are teaching you how you can be refined with ratchet tendencies. How's everyone doing tonight?
Listen, and while y'all doing that, let me start before we start. When y'all come into the live, please like the live. Start coming. We trying to get out the ghetto, okay? Don't y'all want to see us prosperous?
Come on,
definitely
guys.
do like the live. And Nikki, what we like to do when we start our show, just make sure the vibes is right. We like to start with a mental health check-in.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will start with you know how life treat you, how your mama and them, how the job, like whatever, how it's going.
Yes. No, this is a good question because any one of us in the 92%, we're all feeling a kind of way right now with the Orange Man in Chief. We're in the DMV, so like the whole area in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area is just the vibe is in the floor, in the like underneath the floorboards. That's what about. But I will say that I'm super excited for starting school. Like I'm one of those like super nerdy moms who just get so excited about school supplies. Do you know what I mean? Like the new stuff. They're like, oh, they got keycap keepers. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever the new like pencils 3000s are, I get super excited about that. So I'm very excited for school shopping.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm gonna let you have it because, baby, I heard school supplies this year has been, baby, the people been at it on the internet about the school supplies, but it's refreshing to hear that we have one parent that is excited about buying them.
Girl, I'm just the erasers that smell. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Just stay up.
You're the parent that buys the 64 count crayon.
I mean, yes. Okay. The flip with the brush colors, right? With the skin tones. Baby, she's wealthy, okay?
That's the true sign of wealth.
Right. Listen.
She made it for it. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
She made it. No,
listen, and then you sound like one of them moms who like, now I done buy all these trapper keepers and pencils and pieces. You can't pass math. You can't write.
Yeah. I'm immediately in the middle of school. You're saying, I hate this. I want to leave. School is good. Yeah.
All right, Nish, how you doing this week? How your mental health?
Girl, you got a thing this week?
Yeah.
Now listen, okay, so let me say this. Now the girls be talking about Mercury in retrograde, and I really don't know what none of that means. But I am inclined to feel like, yeah, because I just saw a post that said, you know, Gemini is how y'all surviving with Mercury in retrograde. Now, you know, I don't know nothing about no sage, crystal, no nothing. I just know the Lord. But if he listens,
I just know the Lord.
I'm gonna need him to slide on. Well, they said, come on in the room, Jesus, please.
Yes.
That's all I got. How you doing though?
This week not so bad. Just took my final before we hopped on the show.
Oh, you got it done.
I got it. I had to go because, baby, when I get up off of here tonight, I'm gonna watch Gilded Age. I'm gonna rub my feet together and eat me some Chinese food.
Yes, ma'am.
Baby, yeah, because I deserve. Mama D said I deserve.
I don't got to bob like Auntie Whitney, but I feel you.
Yeah, I was gonna wait to take it after the live. I was like, you know what? I'm getting this over and done with. This got to be done. So I took the final. Took off work today, got my hair done. I just didn't want to do nothing else to focus on this live and the final, and that was it. So mental health this week is good. Now next week,
it's still gonna be good because you got a week off of school.
Yeah. But you know, work is work.
No, it's gonna be fantastic.
It is. Okay. Now we got that out the way. We gonna welcome.
Nikki asked the question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, I'm so nosy now. I'm like, where do you go back for?
So I'm going back to get my master's in public administration.
Wow,
smart.
Yeah.
Black women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I decided to do a thing, and then I did the accelerated program because overachiever. Yeah. So now I get to cry every time I feel like it's too much, but It gonna get done. It gonna get done. So I'm almost done with my program. It's interesting to see everything I learned in my textbook be on the news. I tell you that.
Huh.
Get to see how government really works, you know. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Love that for you.
Yeah. So again, y'all, we're gonna welcome Miss Nikki Payne to the show. Now, before we started, let me tell you something. Because she's always in the DMV area, I could have sworn that this was a PG County girl. I was just like, she always outside, but she just told us she from Houston. Tell us about that. How you made that transition?
I H-Town, stay down, fofo, stay tipping. Like that's you know what I mean? That's who I am. I lived in Third Ward. I went to Rice University. I have a PhD in cultural anthropology.
Yes.
Come on, black woman.
Oh, right? You know how we do. Overachieve. You know.
Yeah. I love it.
My husband, who is what I like to call a PG Negro, you know, one of the talented tenth. Do you know what I mean? A class Negro, one of the ones in the Gilded Age that would have been looking down on our family. He liked me, and now we're married. And now he said, "Why don't you come up to the north, where all this opportunity is, the Great North?" And I followed him, and now we have children living amongst the new Negroes. I like it.
Okay.
I like you. Okay.
I like you. Nikki said, listen, you gonna take this Southern Belle to the north because you like me a little bit. Let me see what they be like.
Let me see.
Well, listen, he must have been kept true to his word because you ain't went nowhere yet.
Ain't went nowhere. It really is something magical about this place.
Okay.
It's all black everything.
You know, I heard my husband was in the DMV, so I might have to slide through. I don't know.
About it. See about it. It's a lot of husbands. It's a lot of husbands.
Now see, hold on, wait, because I had told friend, I was like,
now I ain't saying about moving.
I said I had done said a couple of years ago. This for the word got crazy.
Okay.
I was like, I was already a public health girly. I was like, I'm trying to work for the feds, and then the world got turned upside down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. I think I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. But I was telling friend like DC might be the move. She was like, I don't think you supposed to be there, friend.
Okay, was you correct?
I ain't say move. I said the man was there. I.e. the man can come here.
Yeah.
Or we can go somewhere else.
Tell you where they weren't. They weren't in Houston for me.
They're not in Dallas neither.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not in Dallas neither.
Dallas. Definitely.
So, maybe make a little trippy trip on up to, all that there,
My best friend, also from Houston, also met her hubby in the DMV. I'm just saying there's a pattern.
So you saying the Memphis? Okay.
So what you're saying is we need to make a trip in the next few months for the winter.
That's what I'm saying. Show a little leg, show a little shoulder. Baby, come back with a ring. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
You just like put him on and make him want to marry me.
She's like, yes, ma'am. Listen, I'm with it. Now, Miss Nikki Payne, we here to talk about. We'll talk about some other stuff, but we're gonna first start talking about your new upcoming release.
Yeah.
The Princess and the PI.
Yes.
So we snatched this from your IG just to kind of let the people know what's going on.
Yes.
Listen, and I saw you made a video today, and I was like, this lady is hilarious. So let us know what the Princess and the PI hidden for.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna say this is for the girlies who watch Law and Order SVU to like see Elliot and them kiss, like they watch for the tension. You know what I mean? A little bit for the love. I was one of those girls who just loved watching like Veronica Mars and watching like these mystery shows, but also like romance and mystery at the same time. So a woman who has grown up all of her life in a super high control religious community. Like I grew up Church of God in Christ. So, I had the long skirts. Come on, Coach. What he done for me. Okay. So I grew up coaching, but there are also like these, it was really a high control space. And so, all these things about like how your body should look, how you should act or whatever. So she's coming out of this really religious community, and she is trying to avenge her brother whose invention was stolen by this tech company. So she's like, listen, I'm a very good girl normally. I don't do anything. I'm a very sweet girl, but today I choose crime. Okay. So she goes, tries to steal this vest, and it goes to hell. It goes to hell. And suddenly there's a dead body on her hands. And did she have anything to do with it? Who can say? But she does find a private detective who can take her case and try to clear her name. And
Okay.
baby, looks like a cupcake. We'll put you, we'll put you into a mattress, okay?
So
Looks
Miss
like a
Nikki,
cupcake. Put you into a mattress, okay?
not to cut you off,
Yeah,
you saying that we got a little bit of love and mystery filled with cupcake feeling.
that's it.
Okay, got it.
Very much, very much. They're going to solve the murder. They're going to break a bed. You know what I mean? Like both of those things at the same time. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not mad at it.
Now,
Yeah,
Miss Nikki,
I'm not
let
mad
me ask you this:
at her.
what genre is you putting this? Because this book is traditionally published, gonna be published, right?
It's traditionally published. I mean, what genre? It's nasty. I don't know. Is that a genre? Because it's like it's grown.
Nasty. Mm-hmm.
I would say it is like romantic suspense, right?
Ooh.
You know who the killer is, who's after who. You don't know if you don't know if Fiona got her shit together. You know what I mean? You don't know if
It's
she got
beautiful.
it together. So,
Right. Oh, I love that.
but I will say that yeah, it's romantic suspense. The hero Maurice, if you've read Pride and Protest, you will recognize him. He's the little brother from Pride and Protest. So he's all grown up now, and he solves cases. Yeah.
I love
You
that.
know, from that cover, I never would have gotten that one.
See,
Yeah.
y'all authors is getting slickety, slick, slick,
Okay.
slick,
And
slick,
I
slick.
love that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need a little copy, Miss Nikki. That's all
Oh,
I'm
come
saying.
on. Say less. Say less.
Yeah.
This, baby. Little
And
church.
that's the dress she got on.
This.
What the thigh holster?
That host. Look at her. Look at
Yeah.
her. I ain't
What
playing.
what Johnny Gill said? Put on that red dress.
Red
Okay.
dress. Put them high heels and that sweet
Okay.
perfume.
She's
Yeah.
saying, come on. Hello, danger. Hello, danger.
Okay.
You know?
I would have never guessed that book was gonna be about none of that. About that.
No.
What?
So
She
listen,
out here. She out here.
we
So
gotta lock
I'm
in on that press.
yeah. So I'm gonna ask you this. So you got a book, Pride and Protest, that's interconnected. Now, do they need to read Pride and Protest first? Because
Absolutely not. All of my
okay,
books are interconnected standalones. So
okay,
read this book first and then go, oh my gosh, is Maurice in anything else? I'm like, yeah, he's the obnoxious little brother in Pride and Protest in the very beginning. And yeah, so absolutely they're interconnected, but they're completely standalones. You don't need to know anything about anybody else to read any of these
perfect,
books. Yeah.
perfect.
Yes, yes, yes. Like if
Okay,
you
I
just look
love
at
that.
a song like Church Girls, if you want to see a very sweet church girl virgin act out, then like let's get to it. Yeah,
Hmm. Go
yeah.
ahead, Niche.
I don't got nothing. I'm over here and umming because I'm still stuck on the cover. See, y'all be tricking us with that cover and the content. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Now, I will ask you this though. So, because you are traditionally published, do you have to kind of like finesse your cover so they won't be like deep in your business about what's on the inside, or is this standard that you can't wild out on your cover how you want to? Because sometimes when you write urban lit, I
Yeah.
call it the club flyer era,
Yeah.
and I love that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say like if you want to get trad publishing, they're not gonna let you have the pew pew on the front with the Rolex bling blinking and all that. So is that a way to kind of like massage the audience to be more accepting of what you're putting out?
I think it's a combination of things. There is some publishing houses have different aesthetics. So I'm at Berkeley and
Right.
Berkeley loves an illustrated cover. They will draw a cover all day. You know what I mean? They love an illustrated cover. It's just like typically what Berkeley does. And so like even if you are if you're Berkeley but you're writing a different type of book, like you can get an illustrated cover that still feels a little grown or that still is like in some way is about that, but I do think they lean really heavily on illustrated covers for Berkeley. But like I said, like if you're at Forever or even honestly, like even Kirby Girl Summer is illustrated, but it's like you can tell it's for grown folk. You know what I mean?
Right.
A perfect example of like a lot of traditionally published. There's been a lot of success in those like illustrated covers. So like people tend to draw them instead of like having real people. But it
Okay.
depends on the publishing house.
It depends. So you just if they backing you, you just kind of, I don't want to say fold or bend, but you just kind of fall in line a little bit just so you can get your work out there. But you do have input. Yeah, right.
Yeah. You definitely get input. They're like from the beginning, they'll say like, it's gonna be drawn, but let's draw it how you like it. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's a good compromise though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Because sometimes when you talk to authors that try to get trade publishing or they're hybrid, it's like they got to pull teeth to, the editors is giving them hell, the cover is giving them hell. And they just like, we just could have stayed, independent because golly, we can't do what we want, or they're not pushing it out as much. So you're with Berkeley. Have you experienced any frustrations or back and forth? And also answer this two-part. Is this your first publishing house you've been with, or have you been with somebody else prior?
Berkeley is my first publishing house, and I've liked them. Penguin is pretty big, so the benefit of that is that you can get a lot of distribution power. Like your book will be everywhere. You don't kind of have to worry about kind of walking into Barnes and Noble. It used to be that way, but the distribution is there. But I will say that because it's so large, you kind of have to swim to the top to be. You kind of bob your head up. You have to be this incredibly squeaky wheel to even get any attention. And so
I was just about to ask that.
There's a lot of work in saying like, "Hey, I'm available. I'm here. Please pay attention to me." So there's a lot of that, and you have to be squeaky to get the attention.
So to piggyback off that, because that was one of the things I wanted to ask was, do you feel like, are you getting the exposure you need to, I don't want to say the right crowd, because that can come off as if it's marketed to one group of people.
Yeah.
But do you think you could use more exposure in a sense of by way of social media, word of mouth, getting your work in more people's hand than, for instance, how we reacted to your cover?
Yeah.
Do you think you can stand to utilize something like that?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I think one of the things that most traditionally published Black authors struggle with is like publishing houses actively finding those readers and communities, right? And finding those people, meeting them where they are, and then like serving the needs of that community. So we can do as much as we can, say like, hey, send my arc to these people, in this room, and a lot of publishing houses are doing a lot better. Like they're building out these like POC advanced readers, and like, so they're doing that, but it still feels like an uphill climb to get your work to the readers that it's like supposed to go to.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now,
sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, so doing press runs like this really helps. So you guys make sure when this book drop, and Nikki's going to give us the date and everything that she know of at the end, but let's make sure we support her and really check this out, because Nikki is also going to be at Chocolate City Lit Fest for those of you ladies who are going. So we want to make sure we show up and show out and make sure she reaches her target audience so that we can get this work out there, because it deserves to be there.
See, this is book 2, book 1, and book 2. So in Pride and Protest, you will see Maurice, my baby, as a baby. Okay?
He done grown up.
He grown up now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of the questions I want to ask is like, when you're writing, is there something you need to bring out a story? You got to light a candle. Do you need to play some music? Do you need to do your hot yoga? You got to put the kids outside. You got to tell the dog to leave you alone. What gets you in the zone? So I'm cranking out these 10,000 words today.
Oh.
I need this.
Music, a lot of drinks. Like, I don't know if anyone is like a writer here. I don't know what it is, but like there are just so many drinks around me. Like literally, I have so many drinks, and
hydrated.
I cannot express to you why I need 4 drinks ready at the ready. I don't, and yet for some reason I feel like I am not sitting down to write if I don't have my drinks ready. And music, like getting into a specific scene, writing about that scene. Sometimes you need the music to get you there. So I need to sit down somewhere. I need my laptop, too many drinks, and some music.
Okay. Is there one go-to song that you must play?
Oh, it changes for every character.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
these characters, they will run you. You know what I mean? Like you think you're making the characters, these characters will run you, and then all of a sudden you're just like, this is what I'll listen to, and they're just like, nah, now I want to get crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would think when I was writing Fiona, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing, but there was a lot of like um pop, like teen pop. You remember like Christina Aguilera? Am I
Yes.
you know,
Oh
when
no, we right there with you. That's our era.
Yeah.
she was like, I'm a genie in a
You
bottle.
gotta-
Hey.
I'm like, that's Sophia. Like she's so pent up. Like she is one of those people that's really good on the internet, right? So
Mhm.
she is one of those people who like know who got married on Love Is Blind. You know what I mean? Like she
Oh,
got
okay.
a little Reddit community. Like she is on top of things. But when it comes to like living IRL, she hasn't like lived at all, and she's so
Okay.
pent up that when she gets this opportunity to really live, she's like, I feel like I've been locked up.
Yes. Yeah. Of
She,
loneliness. Come on, Christina.
baby, yeah. So look, Christina. Um, and for Maurice, there was like I feel like because he's like he's like a one of those black men that are just like that are like my favorite. Honestly, my husband is like this. Is just like he is a blurred, that
Okay.
Yes.
just
Uh,
absolutely.
Black
Um,
nerd here.
do you understand? Do you understand?
I love comics and all that. Yeah, I get it.
No, they have their whole arguments are always about like anime. You know what I mean? About
Mhm.
Sailor Moon versus Goku.
Right.
Like these are the conversations that they're having. And so I he is listening to a lot of like PM Dawn. You know what I mean? He is
Mhm.
listening to a lot of like Green Day, Brain Stew, because
Yes.
he is an insomniac. He can't sleep. He can only
Mhm.
sleep with her. Okay.
Oh,
He's an insomniac and he just does everything he can um to try to stay awake. And he listens to a lot of like raucous, cacophonous music to do that.
okay.
Okay.
Now, I know we talked a little bit before, the live actually started, and you are a career woman. You got your PhD. You out here.
Mm-hmm.
But I always like to ask people, even if they just in content creation, like, would you stop with your career that you went to school for? Would you stop that to be a full-time author? If you just like, you know what, if the opportunity presented itself, would you just, hey, I'm put career down. Let me just focus on being an author. Do you see yourself ever getting there? Or you just like, mm-mm.
Babe, let me tell you something. If these checks started rolling together consistently, let me the way this is me like start with to inform. Okay, dearest job. Okay,
Right.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think if there was some like consistency, and if I
Mhm.
felt like consistently that this could like back to back perform in that way, then yeah, I would.
Okay. I like to hear that because we had another guest on our show, Brittany Seahorn. She's a content creator and she actually has a book club, Bespoke Book Club. And she was just like, yeah, I don't care what's going on with this content, this book club. I love my job. I'm never going to leave my job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Something like that.
yeah.
Hmm.
And
Meanwhile,
this dun, dun,
meanwhile,
dun.
Misha like, oh, the check's rolling. I gotta go. I'm a holler. Yeah, matter of
But
fact, I don't. Y'all
we
ain't gotta
had that
keep.
conversation,
Yeah,
like,
y'all can
this
have
gonna
all
take
this.
off. I said the only way I would step away my job full time is if I can make money in my sleep. If I feel like
Yeah,
I'm still on the hustle with
Yeah,
my other thing,
yeah,
it's like I might as well stay here and get my 401k and my benefits and all that,
yeah.
right?
see, that's what we mean by make it. Making it means I ain't struggling at all.
Yeah, but sometimes you can make it, but you still gotta work so hard. If I still
Yeah,
gotta work so hard while I'm making it, because sometimes you can make it and once you fall off and you get idle,
Yeah.
yep, you're making moment over. So if I can't be like I woke up to a check and I ain't did nothing but go to sleep that night, or those residuals rolling from whatever we got going on,
Yeah.
if it ain't that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep pursuing this master's and put it to the best use.
Yeah. No, I hear that, but I also feel like my PhD is in cultural anthropology, and one of the
Mhm.
funnest things that I get to do as a writer is do a lot of research on people, on community,
Yes, yes.
and I feel like this is actually more, more my degree, more my work. My
Hmm.
second book is Sex, Lies, and Sensibility, and it's about a black woman and an indigenous man, a hero who's Native American. And I traveled to Maine and like sat and hung out with the community and ate the food and did all of that. And I'm like, this is more anthropology than my day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Than my kind of daily job. So I love that aspect of writing.
You know, in undergrad, cultural anthropology was one of my favorite classes.
So fun, is it not?
Oh, and I want, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real with you, Nikki. I'm nosy, and I also know what people doing, where they live, what they eat, what
Yeah,
they culture is. So to me, it was fascinating, and we learned about like Tuscarora Indians, and we learned about people who are Eskimos, and I did so well in that class. My teacher was trying to nudge me towards that way, and I was just like, yeah, I don't want to travel the world for 9 months though, and then come back and try to find more work to do, more study. So I just put it down. It was a good class though, and you just learn at the end of the day, we all people. We're just ordinary people. That's it. What else you got, Niche?
Listen, I'm thinking about the fact of listening to her, a degreed woman, a black woman, walking in a space that can be intimidated by that, and hearing her live out a portion of her dreams of what she went and worked so hard for, and just to hear that it's beneficial to her writing career. I love that, because to me, that not only, it doesn't say you need a PhD to write a book, but I think it serves as a reminder to, at the end of the day, come back and be true to yourself, if that makes any sense.
That
Yes.
fundamentally, growing up, if anyone's from Houston, they know that it's an incredibly like international city, and you can live in one neighborhood, go to your friends' houses, and be in 5 different countries when you go to houses. And it was growing up, I was like, who is that person who knows what's going on in all of these houses? You know what I mean? Who is the person with all the tea about? And I became so enamored and with understanding humans and culture. And my focus is on aesthetics and power. Why we find something beautiful, why we find something desirable. So I also find it very fitting to be a romance author. Do you know what I mean? To write about desirable people, or people finding each other desirable, and why.
And you know what? Speaking of Houston, like you said, it's very international. When I started going to Houston as an adult, I stumbled upon this area called Bel Air, and it blew my mind.
Yes.
Because baby, first of all, Bel Air got money.
Yep.
Now I want to get, are they what, they Koreans or are they Asians? What are they over there in Bel Air?
I feel like Vietnamese.
Okay, that's what they were.
Yeah.
It's a whole
yes.
They got their own everything. Like they got their own strip mall, restaurants, where they buy cars. And I just got lost. I ended up, GPS went out on me. This when you had the old school GPS, you had to stick up there on the dashboard, went out, made a wrong turn. And I said, now wait a doggone minute.
You say, no, where am I? The streets are not in English. Okay.
No, when I tell you, it was all Vietnamese, but it was so beautiful. It was so cultural. Like they had their own little pocket of Houston. And I was like, this is cool.
Even outside of that, like you can go to Houston and get like a po' boy banh mi sandwich, you know what I mean? And not think anything of it. You're just like, oh, this is how everybody eats, with that culture, Southern culture, Vietnamese culture, Mexican culture. Like it's all together. Some of the best food.
Yes. All right. And our last question, my last question for you, I'm letting Lisa get her last one out. If you want anybody to know anything about you, your writing, what would you tell them that kind of just brings it full circle and sums it up for you?
Oh, I like writing really kind of smart and sexy and like subversive books. You know what I mean? Like you think the book is about this, but it's actually about this, right?
Yes.
So this is absolutely, a murder mystery whodunit, and it's fun and it's sexy. But I also, like I mentioned, grew up Church of God in Christ and have a few church wounds to work through. Do you know what I mean? So for all of those women who have been told, like when their body started to develop to dress a certain way, to act a certain way, and that somehow it's your fault if men are looking at you and acting a certain way towards you. There's some healing in there for me, as kind of a woman who developed and was suddenly told, cover this up, don't act this way, you're now in control of like men's desires. It's really scary.
I love that.
And imagine that you're like 12 years old. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I done
Imagine,
been there.
yeah, 11. Now you're in charge of this grown man's, you know, feeling towards you. So
It's your
they,
fault, right?
your fault. It's your,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Now, what you got, Niche?
So, we talked about, if this got to a point where it would be a consistent flow. You
Mhm,
love what you do. Writing is a deep passion that you have.
mhm.
What is one thing, or many, or what is something that you feel that you could use that we as readers, as the book community, could do to help drive you towards that target?
Oh man, honestly, I think particularly like black women are just have been the plug for me consistently.
Oh yes, I
Like,
love that.
honestly, just having a book club meeting where you bring this book in and you're talking about it. And most of my books, I have questions at the end that are like
Okay.
Mhm.
book club books. And like for virtual things, I like to come and like, chat it up. So I think there's nothing more powerful than word of mouth. And black women's word of mouth is like, it runs the
It's
nation.
it's
You know,
golden. It
it
is golden.
like if you love it, tell someone. You don't have to post. You don't have to do anything. Like tell people about it. Host a little thing where you're talking about it. That
Hmm.
to me is more than anything. That is what it really feels like to build community.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love that.
So, if we do post, are you okay with being tagged? But I'm not talking about those disrespectful tags. I'm talking
No,
about
no.
the positive one.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
honestly, I understand like people not being posted in but if we're in like a book club community or you're just like
Mhm.
or we're like having a conversation, you're just like, now why she do that? I love those. You know what I mean? Like I love those conversations. I'm
Right, right,
really precious about like these characters acted outside of my thinking too. You know what I mean? So
right.
you like so that those aspects of like questioning actions and behaviors and things like that, I love those types of conversations. We could like
Yeah,
have a kiki at any time. But yeah, post if you love it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. Now we gotta let the people know that you're gonna be outside, Miss Nikki. So
Mhm.
of course, you are again one of the featured authors for Chocolate City Lit Fest. How
Yes.
you feeling about that? How did you like when they tapped you on your shoulder like, hey, we want you? How did you feel? Like, oh,
The fact that it was called Chocolate City Lit Fest, I feel like I said yes before I knew any about anything. I said, is this going to be in DC? Is this about black folk? You know what I mean? I was like, say less. And then like the information and the data or whatever, all those things came after. Like they like all of the clarification about what it was and what was happening, it came after, but the yes was immediate. I said,
yes,
oh,
I love that.
people reading in DC. Like we were just at Mahogany Books and there's this big like Black Book Fest and it was like
I was gonna get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, look at
Yeah.
that! Like 6,000 people, and I'm like, black women are out here. We're outside.
Mhm,
We're reading, and to
mhm.
me, the vibes of that have always been untouchable.
Yes, I love that. So yeah, that was another I was gonna ask you about because you were there. Let me say this. I again I'm nosy. I love to pull the curtain back. And
Mhm.
we start following each other on social media. I said she looked like she is just a good time. And
Babe,
then I saw your videos. I saw you had a picture hugging Kennedy Ryan. I said, oh, Nikki is outside for real, for real. I love this for her.
come see about me, okay?
Yes. And then you got something else coming up.
Oh yes. Oh, this is this
Yes.
Saturday, y'all. We are going to have fun. What I love about this Black Book Party, this block party, is that we are really really super excited about like funding libraries for public schools
Yes.
without like libraries. So this is
Okay.
like I'm super excited for the Cozy Book Club for even like thinking me and inviting me
Yeah.
because I love this type of stuff. I love these
Mhm.
types of events. And if there's a reason to get an introvert outside, for me it is black women and libraries. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And
Yes.
just happen to be both of them. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. And then you got some tour dates coming up.
Oh gosh, okay. I'm super excited about this one in Washington D.C. I'm going to be in conversation with Talia Cadet and
Mhm.
um,
Oh, I love her.
and we are dressing up like private detectives. There are going to be prizes, like gift cards for East City, but like we are going to have a time. I even
Yeah.
have a little mugshot board where people can go and take their mugshots and be like booked into the system. And
Yes.
she's going to have a time. DC is going to be fun.
That's gonna
Yeah,
be
and then you
good.
got Boston on there, you got St. Louis, you got your hometown Houston, of course. And then
Houston,
you
Houston's my big show. Okay,
yeah,
and kids,
and the books.
yeah,
It's gonna be, and then you doing NY. Okay.
yes,
And
yes.
then we gotta talk about the big one. You're gonna be
Oh
out.
babe, oh
That's
babe.
good.
This is in Atlanta. This is going to be y'all so fun. Like
It's gonna be a time.
the vibes. Are you guys going?
We're trying to get those
We're trying to
tickets.
get those tickets. We're trying to be in that number, as the old folks say. Yeah. Yeah, we trying to be in that number. So hopefully we there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm super excited about this.
Yeah.
Like I said, like the things that will always get me outside is libraries and Black women.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
love that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else? Because we finished our portion of the show. Anything else you want to say before we get into the other stuff that you said you're gonna stick around for?
Some books that I have been loving. If you guys have not read,
Oh, you know what? That was next on our list. What we reading
Yeah.
and listening to. We'll start with you. Go ahead.
I have been personally loving Regina Black. And she wrote August Lane. It is about a Black country music star who has her song stolen by the one who got away, and then he saunters back into town, and they have to work on something together. So that is incredibly interesting. It is gorgeous. And it's just right on time. It's just like we got Cowboy Carter at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's just it's right on time for like the way that country music has its roots in like these kind of the blues culture of
Yes.
the Black South. So
Okay.
August Lane is gorgeous.
Okay. You said that's by Regina Black?
Regina Black.
Okay. That's
Yes.
a new to me author. You said I got my pen about to write that down. That's a new to me author. I haven't run across anything. Are you listening to any audiobooks or any music that's on repeat right now?
Babes. Audiobooks. I live with audiobooks. I'm right now I'm reading The Girls Who Grew Big. Or I think it's
Oh, I've heard about that.
yeah. It is fantastic. It is
Okay.
fantastic. I'm also reading The Raven Scholar, but I'm like stopping a lot because it's very long.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Niche? What you reading? What you listening to?
So I started listening to "Put It on the Mob" by Lisa Austin.
Oh, that's the
It's my
hometown
first.
girl.
Yeah,
That's the
it's my
Memphis
first
girl.
It's my first introduction to her. I started it yesterday, but when you're in the office, sometimes trying to mind your business, everyone needs your attention.
Yes.
And then I'm also actually reading "Dro, the Corporate Assassin" by Nick Mills. You know how I feel about Nick, so
Yeah, that's your girl. That's your
um,
girl.
as far as music, tell me why I have been listening to "Until You Come Back to Me" by Miss Aretha Franklin. Like I'm just out here heartbroken. I'm struggling, standing outside that man building.
Oh yeah.
Guys, Auntie Aretha. No, we're not doing all that. We're not tapping on our windows.
Oh my God.
I know.
Okay.
So
Well,
random.
long live Aretha.
Yeah.
Fun fact, real quick. So my mom's name is Anita, and her dad was a preacher. And when Aretha and them moved from Detroit to Memphis, all them stayed on the same street in Memphis. And her dad and my dad were really, and my granddad were really good friends. And that's how my mama got her name. So her name was Anita and not Aretha. So just a little fun fact. So hold a special place in my heart, Miss Aretha Franklin.
Hey, P.
Yeah, and my mama is the EP of the show, honey. She is watching on one of her devices. Hey, mama. But as far as what I'm reading, I'm not reading anything physical right now because again, girl had a final, could not even.
Yeah.
No, couldn't do that. But what I kind of cheated the system a little bit, and I am listening to this.
Ooh.
What's
Love
that?
Held Me Still by Sunshine Urban Novels.
Yeah.
I
I
never
have
heard this one.
she's a new to me author as well. And this is a Why Choose romance.
Baby.
And it's
Oh
male,
Lord.
female, male. So MFM. And it's two football players is locked on this one woman, and baby, they is not letting her go. And they're teammates. Yes. They ain't
Turn
letting
her
up off of her.
loose.
Turn her loose. And they said not today. She can't go nowhere. She can't go nowhere. And I'm like 100 pages in. And I'm like, and the book is 450 pages. So I'm like 100 in. I'm just like, baby,
So
Miss
first of all,
Mama.
the Memphis came out with 100, not 100.
A
Okay.
hundred. I'm 100 pages in.
But
And
this,
baby, listen, they not letting up off of her. And I'm enjoying this. So I'm gonna pick that back up. Probably not tonight, probably tomorrow. And what I'm listening to, let me tell you something about social media and why you gotta be careful with your FYP. Because
Okay.
baby, they have run Beyonce's Tyrant performance into the ground.
Mhm.
And I said, and I've listened to, what quarter first came out. Of course, I listened to it. But now that I've seen the performance, it has been on repeat. I'm a neurodivergent girl with ADHD and autism, and baby, that has been a great stemming song to and from work. When people get on my nerves in the office, I pop in my earbuds and I'm listening to Tyra. I know Beyonce didn't got at least 200 streams off me.
Crazy, because I have been listening to that remix of Hands to Heaven with Alien Superstar in the back. Have you heard that? Like,
No.
yes, I have. It's good.
bro, I'm like, I'm sorry.
The mashup is good.
Mashup is good, and I can't believe this isn't somewhere. I have to go to TikTok to listen to
Find
music. Hands to Heaven.
it. Yeah.
Like,
Yes, it's a good mashup. And what I've learned when I found stuff like that, Nikki, I don't know if you do it. I go ahead and save it to my phone before TikTok get wonky or they get strict, and they'll delete the video.
to your phone.
You can save TikTok videos to your phone.
Oh, you just did.
Yeah. I just downloaded because it was one song somebody did some years ago on TikTok, and they started doing all those crazy rules with the music. Song gone forever. It was a mashup. Song gone forever.
With the song by itself. Oh my god!
Sometimes it might happen to where it's kind of linked to Apple. Sometimes, but it ain't.
Let me tell you what. So if it's one of the DJs, a lot of the DJs have them on their SoundCloud. So maybe look into that. But if I'm just too worried it's gonna go, then I'll do a screen recording and you can extract the audio from a video.
Yes. I'm a stallion. Yes.
Listen. All right. So now we're gonna get into a little literary tea. Now, we talk about stuff that's happening in the book community. We put our thoughts to it. We don't name names. We don't like to be messy boots, but we will highlight the issues. So unless you've been living under a rock this week, these tickets to BRBF has been child. The girls found out what the price was.
Yeah.
And baby, it has been non-stop. It's to the point now, the original thought of the original video, that plot is gone. Can we start there? It inspired into several other conversations that I didn't even know that we had to have.
Yeah.
So again, if you don't know what we're talking about, a young lady, she took to TikTok and was like, hey, these tickets are priced too high. You're not telling us enough. You're not giving us enough time. Last year we had all this included, and this year this isn't included. And so me trying to be the responsible person, because I understand I have a little bit of a voice in this space. I took it to my group chat. We had a FaceTime call about it. Talked about it. I was like, okay, y'all, I ain't putting that on the time. I'm going to leave it alone. I said, I've done my part. Whatever. And baby, that thing that grew a leg of its own. It's just, and Nikki, I'll let you weigh in on this first. How did you feel about the conversation when you started seeing like the price and all that was going on?
Yeah. No, honestly, I feel for both sides of this, because as an author, when we are doing events, it costs an incredible amount of money, like to come and table at these events or sell books and stay for the time and, be away from our family and travel and all of those things.
Right.
These aren't things that that any conference is paying us for, or even that our publishing house is paying for us. So these are events coming out of our pocket, quite literally. And but the thing that we are banking on when we go to certain events is that our exact readership, like our people, right, will be there. And for me, for like especially for Black events, that makes it incredibly worth it. And I also feel like there has been little to no exclusively kind of Black events around like reading, particularly reading romance in this genre. And in the con community, like these tickets they run what they run. If you go
Yeah.
to any
Dream Con, Beauty Con, Twitch Con, they up Comic Con. Hi.
oh my God. Don't even get me started on Comic Con. I was there last year. Like those
Mm.
things run. Okay. So I'm not like trying to I understand that the community doesn't look like the Comic Con community or these other communities, but I do feel like in the spectrum of ticket cost, this is fairly moderately priced,
Yeah,
particularly for
I
what
thought so too.
for what they're offering. But that's not to say that even those things that are moderately priced can be outside of your budget, even if you want to be a part of it. One of the things I
Right.
will say is like, if they're offering volunteer opportunities, a lot of people got into like a Polycon is a huge convention in DC. Those tickets
Mm-hmm.
at $300, right?
Jesus.
And it's huge, but a lot of people say, hey, I can volunteer here for a couple of hours and find my authors and do this. Like, find opportunities to volunteer, find authors who are going by themselves, and if you're friends
Yes.
with them, you can like help them set up and all of that. You can come as an assistant to an author. Like, there are a lot
Yes.
of ways to do this in a way where you can still be a part of the community and not have
Mm-hmm.
to pay that much. There are going to be so many opportunities to volunteer. Like,
Yes. I
so many
agree.
ways that they need help. And a lot of cons rely very heavily on the volunteer community to do that work. And they get into the con and they get to see the behind the scenes and get to meet people and all of that. And they do it at a cost that is appropriate for them.
Yeah. What you got, Niche?
Yeah.
I personally feel as though I'm a girl that budget and I understand budgeting.
Mhm.
However, when they released those ticket price and all the things they included, I actually thought they undersold themselves. That's
Me
my
too.
personal opinion. Coming from a person who has been involved with events and do
Yep.
events and know what
Yep.
events cost, most of the time an event is going to be in the red.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Mm-hmm.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are doing it because it's something they enjoy and that's what they want to do. Now, granted, your judge is your judge. That's fine. You can't afford it. But to verbally say that they were too high, I don't mean any harm, but when Essence prices their ticket packages for concerts,
Mm.
people who can go, they go. And
Baby,
that's
I
not to
got
knock. No, it's not to knock or diminish anyone because there's
Right.
been things I've had to sit out of. But don't make it seem like they're just charging this outright as if there's highway robbery. It isn't. I actually thought the tickets would have been more.
yeah.
Same.
And so
Um.
I think before we start to do things like that, maybe we should do a bit more research. And
Yeah.
again, if you know events, I don't mean no harm, but we go pay $600-700 to go see Beyonce. But
Come
the minute
on.
we get something that's for the community that we swear that we love being a part of, now you're outraged. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that young lady was outraged because I don't know the exact comment, but I have seen the entire discourse, and I'm quite literally over it. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
just want to say, be quiet.
And I'll end with this. You funny say something about Beyonce because I remember when she first announced the tour and I saw those prices. And you know, my joke is, baby, I want to see Beyonce, but Beyonce didn't want to see me.
Yeah.
So
What did we say? Friend, we can't do that
yeah,
one.
I was like, we can't do that one.
Yeah.
And I'll just say this because we ain't gotta stay here too much longer. You know, we went from not having enough Black book events to now we have a plethora of them. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, things you want, I'm gonna say unfortunately, but things that you want to do cost, right?
Mhm.
I'm a firm believer in, hey, ain't nobody pocket watching you but you,
Yeah.
right? So I just think it's kind of unfair for you to say what should have, would have, could have been done to
Mhm.
appease you. I don't think that's fair. I will also say this to the people that did respond to that young lady or whoever else. In this community, we have to learn to disagree without disrespect.
That.
We have to learn to disagree without disrespect. I thought the video she made was very outrageous and was uncalled for because you're not down there at your rent office telling them rent too high because the cost of living ain't adding up. You know, you ain't in the Gucci store telling them they need to lower their prices. So I just feel like it was unwarranted, but I didn't have a respectful way at the time to say that.
Yeah.
So took it to my group chat. We had our powwow about it, and that was cool. But we have to learn to stop disrespecting each other when we see or hear something we don't like in this community.
Yeah.
And that's when I said we done lost the plot now. Like, comment how you gonna comment, but be respectful. I'm big on respect. And a lot of ways there was a lot of things that were said or their rebuttals were not very respectful. Like, we got to do better, babes. We can't say we love each other in this sisterhood, this community, and the one time we do or say something that we don't agree with, the respect goes out the window.
Yes.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
So
I somewhere that like annoyance or inconvenience is like the cost of community. And if
right.
you cannot be in a community and be inconvenienced for 1 second and then you're out, do you know what I mean? Then you can't survive the friction and the cost of what it means to be a part of something large.
Yeah. So I would just say that, and here's the thing too. There's so many things you can do. Like you said, you can volunteer, you can get in on the volunteer, you can work for an author. There are so many other things, even like they're doing the hotel blocks. If you stand at the Hilton, become a Hilton under member. You can book now, pay later. If you're gonna do the Omni, they got it to where, hey, you can pay your deposit today, the cheap deposit, and then you pay the rest later on. There's ways. I'm a girl that worked the system. I grew up in the hood. We always had to find a way, right?
Everybody has a cousin in Atlanta.
Come on,
truly. Literally.
And I feel like too, just to end this, I really feel like had that young lady or those people that really want to go, they say, hey y'all, I really want to go to this event. Can we do some crowdfunding? I'm pretty sure all these beautiful black women with all these great degrees and jobs and they can afford to go to everything, they would have, baby, what's your cash app? What's your Zelle? I'm pretty sure they would have found a way to get you that 200, 300, whatever you want to do.
Rent parties. Like we could do pass the hat for Black Book Fest. You know what I mean?
Because back in the day, your auntie them used to have a little card party to pay their little rent when they were behind.
Or they had fish plates. But I think had she asked and just been honest, like, yeah, I want to be a part of this, but money kind of light. Like, we buy each other books all the time. We buy a stranger book off the Amazon wish list. It would have been nothing for us to come together and throw you a little change.
At the end of that video, she could have said, because if y'all feeling nice, everybody give me $1 on Cash App. With all the responses she had, she could have had her $200 with a ticket.
Easily.
And they probably would have said, hey, sis, here goes some book money. You deserve more.
There.
So
when it's funny and your change is strange, all you got to do is say, if you want to be in
it. Because you don't know what angel is ready to bless you.
Yep.
So, and we'll leave it at that. So to that young lady or to the people who can't go, like, baby, y'all got to find better ways. And to the people who disagree with what they said, find better ways to disagree because y'all can't be that disrespectful no more. I'm tired of seeing it. Real life drama. So unruly children. So let me do a little backstory to this. So apparently it was a group of little white girls that was in the mall. They were shoplifting. Some adults saw them and they let security and store owners know, hey, they in here shoplifting. They don't need to be here. Now, I will say this, if we want our children, they would have clinked us and tossed us up out of there. But they simply just told them to get out the store. So I'm going to play a little video so y'all can see how this little girl decided to handle it later on.
I'm online.
So this is her going up the steps. And baby, she took them steps, didn't she? And look at this, y'all.
That mop. Oh my God.
I would say this. I don't know what type of life this little heifer living, but the way I would have snatched a knot in her ass like my mom would say back in the day. The way you gonna run up on me like you a grown woman because I didn't. First of all, you lucky they didn't take you to juvenile, and then you gonna boss up on me and try to fight me because I didn't told on you. Oh baby, I would have whooped her ass every which way up and down. She's gone though.
I don't know. Little Kaylee was looking if she bucking though. Like little Mackenzie said she had her hands, and I just I would have called them people on her. I don't know if I'm ready for Mackenzie's hands. I can't. She bring Connor and them over.
It's the fact that because the clip before that, which was a little lengthy, they had them outside the store. The security guard or police, they're scolding them, and she sees that lady who hair she pulled, and she's pointing at her, and they separate them then. So they go their way, and little Mackenzie, as you say, she said, "Oh, I see that ass. I see you." And honey, she didn't went up them steps, bald baby, and I don't know what kind of life Mackenzie is living, but the way I would have DDT'd her for playing with me, you want to be a grown woman? I'm gonna show you some grown woman things over here. Yeah, what you got, this?
Let me tell you something. I am queen and the head of the belt committee. Okay. The way I would have found the belt and wore Mackenzie little ass up out that pink bubble coat. Cause how dare you walk your hot head ass up there and yank on my hair like you grown, okay? And let me
Yes.
tell you, I remember the days of getting dropped off at the mall as a kid, so I ain't even mad about that part. But little girl, how you got the me to get a call to fight a grown woman? Okay. Cause see, I'm still the person to this day, and I know it's dangerous. I know people say you can't say nothing to people kids, but I've been so like, hey, where your mom at?
Yeah.
I am that person.
Yeah.
Where's your mother?
Yeah.
I will look. Matter of fact, friend, we was at Lolo's one day, and that little girl was at that table cutting up, and I looked across there at her next to her daddy cutting up, and baby, she got right so fast. Stop playing.
Yes. Yeah. Because you know that is that black woman looked at.
Mackenzie, you finna get your ass toe up. Why would you do that?
I've never seen like, and we grew up in the hood. I don't even know some hood kids that would have been that bold. Like, you done got caught stealing. You think you finna go fight a grown woman? The way the whole neighborhood would have wore your ass out. For think you that, listen, it's a lot of reindeer games we play, and disrespecting your elders ain't one of them.
No.
Yeah, so I saw that, and I was like, okay, this is very unruly of her. The next thing, I don't have a clip for this because I just feel like this don't deserve attention, but I just want to talk about it. So, you know, they are creating. Nikki is losing it. They have created this all white township, and it's popping up all over the U.S. They have decided, like, oh, we're gonna break away from society. We don't want, basically said no N-words, no Jews, no dogs. That's what they said, right? They don't want none of us up in there. And one of the little towns that they were so, gung-ho about, baby, they didn't been invaded by meth. The town is full of meth. Everybody's the grandmama doing meth, the daddy doing, the children doing, the teachers, the pastor, everybody's doing meth. So y'all did all that to break away from society to still end up just like you're still in society. And then I said, go, y'all doing meth, go figure. Go figure, because y'all cannot sustain without us. We cannot leave you to your own demise. You sit up there and have the people take out all their land, build all them houses, do all this, just for y'all to still end up where y'all was going to end up. Nikki, I'll let you go first. What you think?
Let me tell you something. This brings me so much joy that you don't understand that when I think of little Methany Frankel, you know what I mean? Just
Bethany Frankel. I love that. I'm still in that.
living her life, okay? And Meth Mark trying to get out of the black community, say they're about to build a utopia, and then all they end up is scratching bugs that don't exist and toothless. Baby, this is the Lord. I can't think of anything more from the Lord than this. It's like have your whiteness. It is a sickness. It is a poison, and you end up without any teeth in your sockets and running in circles in the ground. Like, honestly, racism is a poison, and
it is.
People
are a poison and a sickness. It is,
and they are sick with it. I feel like it's such a metaphor. Oh, thank you for this. Okay.
Nikki, we gonna become best friends because anybody know me know I love white pain. I love some white pain. It brings me joy. When the flower rangers and the snow roaches be in destitute, baby, it brings this joy. Joy comes in the morning, but meth came the night before. Okay.
I have to repost this. I need to link to this today because
we're gonna get into it.
This is Black Girl Joy. You know what I mean?
Yes. Let me tell you something. I saw that. I said, y'all did that to do it. Had the police officers on meth at this point, because who gonna arrest you?
Oh,
What you got, Nish?
I just
everything. I love it.
this made me think about I was listening to an episode of Grits and Eggs the other day, and one of the things he was talking about on the show was, talking about some of male sapiens starting their own town because they don't want to be a part of, regular civilization, and we ain't welcome. And one thing he said was, and it made sense. If we all went back, quote unquote, to y'all telling us to go back home. So first of all, let's start off. This ain't y'all home either, because y'all stole it.
Not.
But whatever.
Return to
If we
the
really talking, we all need to go home then, except for the people that were here first. And,
Yeah.
Right.
but he said something that was really funny and true. He was like, even if we went back to where we came from, first of all, y'all be bored. And then y'all
Yes.
just start fighting each other because y'all always need something to fight about.
you will find a reason. Okay, like, can I just put on like my anthropology bag for one second?
Listen, go for it. That's what we here for.
Okay, because here's what will happen. Because we live in a capitalist economy that requires and is like necessitates a class of individuals who will do low class labor, they will invent a reason within this all white community to
Yes.
eat a subgroup so that they are given the low and menial labor, and there has to be a psychological reason why those individuals are fit to this labor and why these other individuals aren't. Think of when the Irish came, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't a racial or phenotypical description that can separate the Irish from the British, right?
Mm-mm.
But they
Cannot.
invented one because they needed someone to subjugate, because that is
Mhm.
how capitalist systems work.
And your
Yes.
class system still exists, Bookie.
Listen. This is why we're called refined and wretched. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna laugh, right? But and again, I preach this all the time. Like, y'all, classism is elitism is what they're going back to, because racism, because everybody get money now, right? Everybody get education now, right?
Yep.
What else now can separate you? Now we doing money, where you come from, who your people is, and it's like it's these hierarchies of bullshit. So you thought that you was gonna separate from society and we're gonna make this all white township, it's gonna be great. And it's like, we cannot leave y'all to y'all own demise. We're the same people that had to teach y'all how to bathe. Okay. Y'all sleeping in barns with pigs and horses. We had to tell y'all what castle living was like. We had to do so much for y'all. And this is how y'all repay us. And then you repay yourself like this with your all white township. So good luck with that. We don't want to hear that it's a public health crisis in your little town. We don't want to put you in these free clinics to get clean. We're just gonna let y'all deal with that. Y'all want to break away from society? Y'all stay right on over there.
Get off the grid, stay off the grid.
Just stay
What
off
Big
the
Mama
grid.
used to say? Sometimes God give you what you want to show you and what you really need. Okay.
Do you think any of these people will be on social services? Like,
Think.
and
Think.
and all of those things?
Think.
I work in public health. That's my background. That's what I do. Public health, social services. You'd be surprised. Even when I go visit my shelters, like you said, it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
They don't look like us, but they look like this, and they think they're above
Yep.
the rest. And I'm like, you do know that you're in a shelter, right?
Yeah.
But to them, I'm not like you though.
Yeah.
So yeah, to answer your question, they probably, they'll be the first one with their hands out, and then they'll be talking about the taxes are high because of Obama, and they'll just make all these crazy rules up. And your new fearless leader, he don't like poor people or people who are on drugs. So I hope that all work out for y'all. Yeah. All right, Nisha. This show segment of the show, no nonsense with Nisha. Nikki, this is just where, Nisha get to sound off about, what's happening in her life, book life. Just sound off, and why she ain't taking it. This is just no nonsense. So, Nisha, what you got this week, baby?
All right. Now, let me preference this by saying we love a pivot. We love to pivot. We understand that pivot can be necessary. But I'm just wondering, for those of you, some of y'all be pivoting every 4 weeks. Now, hold on before y'all attack me for that. Because continuous pivot can be a thing.
Right.
But I'm going to ask you something. You started one thing, and then, well, I got to pivot. Then you start that thing. Well, I need to pivot because it just ain't working out. And then you start thing 3. Well, I need to pivot. Is it that the damn thing ain't working, or you failed the damn thing? Because maybe it didn't fail you. Maybe you failed it. Sometimes we don't work within what we should because you're so busy pivoting because you didn't see the bigger picture of, okay, maybe I should stay here in this moment and tweak some things. But you know what? That goes back to, I know we're trying to stop harping on it, but sometimes stop looking at what everybody else got going on, because you're seeing their year 10 compared to your year 1, and it looks
Come on.
different.
It do.
And let me tell you, I don't care if you don't believe in the Lord, but let me tell you something. God came out a lot of things. So you might see some on me, and I'd be like, baby, do you know I had to fight for my life? I damn near didn't have no teeth or edges by the time I came out of it. That's all I'm saying. So
Yeah.
sometimes you ain't got to pivot. Sometimes you got to stay still
Yeah.
and work
I
the
love that.
thing. That's all I'm saying. So that's my
Yeah.
that's my nonsense for the week.
I like that. What you got, Nikki? What's your nonsense for the week? Nonsense with Nikki.
Ooh, I got nonsense with Nikki. Okay. I will say that sometimes we let our online outrage or commentary be the only work we're doing about an
Ooh.
issue. Sometimes we post about the cost of a ticket, post about somebody, being out of pocket to Black women, but the feet don't beat anymore. And sometimes being online can feel like to people like it's their activism, but it ain't. It really ain't.
Mm,
Like you really actually
mm.
be outside. You really actually have to see about things and people, because posting a free Palestine and a watermelon and a, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, it's
It
not
ain't enough.
it's not the
It ain't
work.
enough.
It's not the work.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
Nikki.
And just what you would say, Niche?
Nikki.
She direct people down.
Nikki. Now this was supposed to be my segment, babe, but I think I want to cut my part and keep yours.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I
No,
just
no, 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 no.
But
It's
it's
fine.
real. I love that. I
yeah.
love
Baby, you
that.
didn't have to preach like that.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's real. And the word I see, or the word I like to use when I see stuff like that, is performative.
Yeah.
It's so performative.
Yeah.
It's, you're so heartfelt, you're so this, and when you put that phone down, babe, you sitting up somewhere, rubbing your feet together in your air, eating your nachos. You can't even spell Palestine without autocorrect. Like, stop playing with people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with all that. Again, like I said last week, focus on your focus before it flop. And baby, stop pivoting, because sometimes you could be this close to a thing and you didn't pivot too soon, and now you out of your thing.
And that's the only thing I'm saying, is that it's not that you can't pivot. That, I believe in pivoting. It's because I'm a person who would sit somewhere so long to where I wouldn't pivot. So I understand, because I grew and learned that that's necessary. But some people just be pivoting every 3 to 4 weeks, and I just ain't understood yet. What the hell are you pivoting from now? I really want to ask it, but I'd like to mind my business too. So
yeah.
yeah.
I like that, baby. Nikki didn't came here and read everybody down. Listen, Nikki, we're gonna do that open door policy on you whenever you want to come back up in here.
You all right with us.
You all right with us. We're gonna get into these announcements because we're coming towards the end of our show. So again, August is a month of giveaways. Listen, y'all know Black folks ain't always got together. We got to do another thing so it can be right, okay? But for the rest of August, we on CP time. But for the rest of August, we gonna drop the flyer, tell y'all how y'all can enter. We're gonna let y'all know what it is. And I'm telling y'all, we put it off because something major is happening. Something great is happening. So sometimes, to get a thing right, you gotta pivot. I'm just playing. I'm sorry, friend. I just had to message you. Again, we are on Patreon. Join the Patreon, $8. If you want more raw, real, uncut, more Memphis-ish, more stuff we can't say out loud just yet, join that Patreon. It's $8. We're gonna put you some behind the scene content up there. We're gonna get more in depth with these conversations. And we're gonna let y'all sound off with us. So make sure y'all click that link in the bio. Nisha got her beacons together. So her link is in the bio. I'm so proud of you, friend. You did that.
Girl, stop talking to me.
Friend, you didn't have it on there. I'm sorry.
Okay. But y'all, we about to do Patreon together. Let me tell y'all something. Now, don't come over there if you got your cloth that they cover you up in church with, because I'm a Christian.
This ain't that. That ain't this.
But it's gonna be wild. Okay. And we already planning some good content.
Yeah, we planning good content. It's gonna be some open and honest conversations. And again, we didn't have any voicemails this week. But we do have voicemail. Again, that link is in the bio as well. It's quick, it's easy. You ain't gotta call a number. You just hit the little button, you record on your phone, and it shoot it to us. So again, sound dog, you shout your baby out, tell your mama and them you ain't fooling with them no more because they mess up the potato salad, whatever you want to say. Just let us know. We'll play it on the show. All right.
Even if you want to ask a little advice, you can leave a voicemail too.
Yeah,
I'll be your
now,
therapist for 10
now
minutes.
this our disclaimer. We ain't got no PhD like Nick over here now. We are not trained professionals. We are going to give you advice.
Memphis trained.
Right. We're going to give you advice based on real world experiences. So I would say proceed with caution because I don't need you calling us back talking. Now, hey, I told Jay, baby, I'm a girl from South Memphis. I'm telling you what I would have did. That's why I said, hey, if it were me. Now you do with that what you will. So I just had, because you know, friend, you can lead with love and it still don't turn out right for somebody. So whatever. Before we go, Miss Nikki, anything else you need us to know? Tell us where we can get your books from.
And the release date.
And the release date for the Princess and the PI.
Yes, Princess and the PI is out September 16th, and it is available literally where all books are sold. And wherever you walk into, Princess and the PI will be there. So, or ask your library. Another thing, get on that library game, bro, because that Libby is a beast. She's great on audio.
Hoopla too.
Overdrive. Get into the library game. So September 16th. And also, let me know if you guys want me to throw some stuff into the giveaway because people love a book.
Feel free. And that's the cover again to the Princess and the PI. Yes. It's an amazing cover. I love that little thigh action.
It's like I told y'all, Jenny Gill told her put on that red dress, and my girl got it on. Y'all get this book. Don't play with Miss Nikki, okay?
I will say before we interviewed you, I wasn't familiar with your work, and I got to read. And I was just like, I love a new to me author. I love people I can brag on. I love it. And then we will see you at Chocolate City Lit Fest because, as you know, we are the official podcast partners. So be sure. Well, they set us up, and you gotta go be like, "Hey, girl,"
Say less.
And then we gonna try to see you some other stuff. We ain't gonna complain about no tickets price, but we're gonna try to see you, try to jump out to see you some other stuff. But we definitely will see you there in all your glory. And I want to thank you so much for stopping by. This was a great time. Did you have a great time? Because you can tell us you ain't gonna hurt our feelings. We're trying to improve our stuff.
No, fantastic time. This was dinner with the cousins. Like this felt like hanging with I love it.
We like it. Okay,
we like that. Okay, y'all. So now do me a favor, seriously. Y'all keep saying it. Go check out Miss Nikki's backlog. Don't forget September 16th. We got the Princess and the PI. Go follow her on the socials. She is open to you tagging her in your reviews. Leave a little review. Leave a kind word. Don't forget to also review the book on your big platforms. We want to make sure she gets the push that she needs. Yes. Listen, we want to see Black girls shine. And not girl in a bad way, but I love me some Black women. So make sure we do what we need to do for our own, okay?
I love that.
Yeah. All right, so y'all, that concludes our show. Nikki, stick around if you hang up yet. We want to thank y'all again for stopping by another episode of Refined and Ratchet. Y'all know this has been a growth and progression for us.
Yes.
And I think we get better every time we do this show. And to have an author that was new to us, again, I can't express enough how I have enjoyed talking to you, learning about you. Not going to be all in your business because we follow each other now. So if I slide in them DMs, you can't be mad at me. All right. Well,
all right, y'all.
Thank y'all.
It's been real. Good night.
All right. Next